Welcome back, citizens, and thank you for watching. We'd like to thank all of our patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for your support. If you enjoy our content, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button to help the channel grow. Earth Day is an annual celebration honoring the achievements of the environmental movement and raising awareness to the importance of long-term ecological sustainment. Earth Day is celebrated on Earth on either April 22nd or the day of the vernal equinox. For this Earth Day, I am going to introduce you to the Solar System, and that episode starts right now. The Solar System is a large system consisting of a main sequence dwarf G star orbited by 9 planets, 2 asteroid belts, 3 space stations, and 2 jump points within its 51 AU boundaries. The jump points connect the Solar System to the Croshaw system through a large jump point, and the Javian system through a large jump point. The Solar System is the birthplace of humanity and the capital of the Empire. The Imperator, Senate, and many other major UEE institutions are based on Earth. Among the many historical milestones that the system can lay claim to is its first ever terraformed planet, Mars. It's no secret that Earth is set in its ways. All roads lead to Earth, and the system is designed to support native-born humans above all others. Tax policies support Earth-based corporations at the extreme disadvantage of those based on worlds like Terra, while representation in the UEE Senate continues to skew disproportionately in favor of Earth's populace. Contrarily, Earth wants for everything. Thousands of years of human civilization have left many of the planet's natural resources exhausted, and the system imports trillions upon trillions of tons of food, raw metals, manufactured goods, and everything else imaginable. If it was not for the so-called balanced tariffs keeping prices uncompetitive, this would be an ideal situation for any erstwhile shipping magnate. As it is, a run to Earth can barely be guaranteed to provide more than a 5% profit. And that's before you get to the exorbitant docking and refueling fees for spacecraft carrying other systems' registration numbers. The UEE military, advocacy, and various police arms patrol the system ceaselessly, and they are notoriously uncompromising when it comes to pushing wrongdoers in the system. There is no faster way to get an extremely high bounty on your head than to commit a crime, even a minor infraction, in space near Earth. The military dockyards in Earth orbit are home port to no less than 5 bungo carriers, and at least 1 is dry docked at any given time. The planet closest to Sol is Mercury. Due to an orbital eccentricity, this small planet experiences the greatest temperature variations of any planet in the system. Venus's atmosphere is almost entirely composed of carbon dioxide, which makes it the hottest planet in the Solar System. Venus has an incredibly thick, non-breathable carbon dioxide atmosphere with some nitrogen. Earth is humanity's homeworld and the namesake of the United Empire of Earth. It is the center of the UEE political machine and a focal point in the Empire's commerce and culture. Centuries of habitation have stripped the planet of its natural resources, resulting in a heavy dependence on imports for the billions that live here. Earth has 4 major landing ports: New York, Moscow, Shanghai, and a mystery 4th location. New York's old world architecture stands beside modern design aesthetics along the labyrinth streets of this historic city. New York is not only the political center of the empire, but a highly influential beacon of culture, technology, and commerce. Moscow, the inspiration behind the adage, "You can find anything somewhere." Moscow is one of the largest trading hubs on Earth. A never-ending stream of goods pulls through the ports of this city, giving it a perpetual energy and feeling of a town on the move. Moscow is also the current home of the Governor's Council. While home to the largest starport in the state of Asiatica, Shanghai began to redesign their city to bring an element of nature back into the superstructures and skyscrapers, following a movement to restore some of the sitting gardens and parks lost to overpopulation during the 22nd century. There is a mystery 4th landing zone on Earth. Possible locations mentioned are London, and Berlin. Once referred to as simply the Moon, Luna is a large natural satellite that is tidally locked with Earth. It is the first celestial object humanity ever visited in 1969. Over the millennia, it has been called the Fire Star, Horus the Red, Angorica, and the Red Planet. Now it is known by only one name, Mars. A prosperous and populous planet, Mars was the Empire's first successfully terraformed planet. The process was marred by what is known today as the Mars tragedy, when a terraforming disaster killed 4,876 people in 2125. See Stella Fortuna for more information. Mars is orbited by two small natural satellites, Phobos and Deimos. Only 6,000 kilometers away, Phobos orbits Mars so fast that it appears to rise in the west and set in the east twice every Martian day. With a radius of only 6.2 kilometers, Deimos' size and lumpy shape bear more of a resemblance to an asteroid than a moon. Also known simply as the asteroid belt, the Herschel belt is located between Mars and Jupiter and contains objects such as the Dwarf Planet Ceres. Jupiter is a gas giant and the largest planet in the Solar System. Jupiter is orbited by close to 100 natural satellites. The major ones include Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Castillo. Thanks to tidal heating, Io experiences extreme geologic activity, making it the driest and most volcanically active object in the Solar System. Europa's icy surface makes it one of the most reflective moons in the Solar System. Ganymede is the Solar System's largest moon and the only one with a magnetosphere. It is bigger than Mercury and only slightly smaller than Mars. The tidally locked surface of Castillo is the oldest and most heavily cratered object in Sol. Saturn is a gas giant best known for its set of planetary rings. Saturn is also orbited by close to 100 natural satellites. The major ones include Titan, Rhea, Tethys, Dione, and Iapetus. Saturn's largest natural satellite has long been of great interest to scientists. With lakes and rivers of ethane and methane, Titan is the only moon in the Solar System with a dense atmosphere. Made mainly of rock and ice, Rhea is commonly referred to as a dirty snowball due to its composition. Tethys is predominantly made of water and ice, which gives it a density much lower than other celestial objects its size. Strangely, the tidally locked moon of Dione features numerous impact craters on its trailing hemisphere, leading scientists to speculate that heavy bombardment from objects once spun Dione 180 degrees. Tidally locked to Saturn, Iapetus is unusual because of its two-tone coloration. The side facing Saturn is constantly shrouded in a shadow, while the more distant side is illuminated. Uranus is an ice giant that has an unusually lopsided magnetic field due to the dramatic tilt of its axis that places its north and south poles where most other planets have their equator. Uranus is orbited by 27 natural satellites. The major ones include Miranda, Ariel, Umbriel, Titania, and Oberon. Miranda is one of the smallest objects in the Solar System, known to be in hydrostatic equilibrium. Its extreme and varied topography includes the Verona Rupes, which features the tallest cliff in the system. The surface of Ariel is crisscrossed by an extreme network of scarps, canyons, and ridges. Scientists speculate that some of these canyons were carved out by liquid ammonia, methane, or carbon monoxide. Umbriel's name has its roots in the Latin word umbra, which means shadow, an appropriate reference considering Umbriel is the darkest of all Uranus moons. Titania is Uranus's largest moon. Enormous canyons and scarps cut out of its surface. Scientists believe that they were created after an internal expansion occurred during the moon's evolution. Uranus's second largest moon is Oberon, and it was named after a mythical fairy king in a famous 16th century play. Its surface is covered in impact craters and appears red in color due to space weathering. Neptune is an ice giant whose differential rotation contributes to it having the strongest winds in the solar system. Neptune has no natural satellites. The dwarf planet of Pluto was the first major Kuiper Belt object to ever be discovered and is primarily made of ice and rock. It is orbited by, or orbits, Charon. The gravitational influence of Charon on Pluto is such that the pair has been classified and unclassified as a binary dwarf planet multiple times since its discovery in 1978. The Kuiper Belt lies beyond Neptune's orbit and contains objects such as Pluto and Charon. INS Dunleavy orbits between Saturn and Uranus next to the Sol-Davian jump point. This orbital naval base acts as the main operational center for the main Sol fleet. Orbiting outside the Kuiper Belt, next to the Sol-Croshaw jump point, TDD Kastner is a major shipping hub where most of the cargo moving to Earth is first processed. This helps alleviate the congestion on the Empire's capital world. Though IMS Bolivar is no longer in active service since the Marine forces stationed here were reassigned to Mars, the base remains strictly off limits. Well, that's Earth Day in the Solar System. Thank you for watching. More holidays and systems will be coming soon. See you in the verse, and happy mining.